Leadership is a very complex topic, and we developed the 6P Leadership framework as a way of describing 6 critical aspects of effective leadership. The 6 aspects are passion and purpose, pursuit, people and place, pathways, problem solving, and positive persuasion. Each of these 6 aspects is tied to certain behaviors that frequently crop up in leadership situations, like managing the performance of a large team, making strategic decisions, connecting with a key audience, or uncovering an exciting new opportunity. Breaking it down this way can help you think about the leadership experiences you've had, assess your strengths and skills, and identify the areas where you'd like to develop further. It also helps us at LeAD give you specific, objective feedback in each area, enhancing your self-awareness and therefore your development. Some people believe leadership comes from having a certain position or a certain image in the eyes of others. At LeAD, we believe effective leadership comes from within, your awareness of your values, motivations, and goals. Therefore, the first aspect of 6P leadership is purpose and passion. Passion and purpose is the basis of your motivation. It's the fire that drives every innovative approach or frame-breaking solution. When you act from your highest vision and deepest values, it helps you weather the difficult days and sleep easier through the dark nights. We've all seen people who are full of passion and purpose. Because of their stirring messages and clear focus, they often seem like natural leaders, rare individuals perfectly matched to a higher purpose. But we believe leadership doesn't have to be born. It can also be made. Developing passion and purpose is about tapping into your desires, finding answers to questions like, what do you really care about? What are the activities or challenges that really get your juices flowing? What accomplishments would bring you lasting pride? What makes you feel like you're really making a difference? In practice, your passion and purpose is on display anytime you speak about your work, both inside the organization and out. It also plays into your decisions about your own career and the amount of satisfaction and excitement you experience day to day. Sometimes it can take a lot of courage to examine your defining experiences and fundamental values. You might have to defeat some inner demons on your quest to realize your vision for the future. But when you get clear on who you are and align that with what you do every day, the brilliance you have inside shines out bright for all to see.
At LeAD, we don't believe leader development stops when you finish a program or reach a certain level of success. We see leader development as a lifelong pursuit, a journey rather than a destination. Therefore, the first part of the pursuit dimension is about deciding where you go on your journey, defining your goal for your development. Once you know where you want to go, then we can think about how, making a map and outfitting you with the mindsets and tools you'll need to get there in style. These tools and mindsets are about how you view your own self-development. We've found that one critical mindset for the journey is a learning orientation. That has to do with how you take feedback about your own work. It could be formal feedback coming from assessments, performance reviews, or 360s, and also informal information you get day to day from your coworkers. Here's one thing we've found out about the most effective leaders. They love getting feedback. They actively seek it out because they view it as a valuable information that they'll need if they want to expand their knowledge and skill and become even more effective in the future. As for tools to take with you on your leadership journey, these include positive strategies for self-monitoring or keeping track of what we do and how we progress towards our developmental goals, and tools for self-evaluating, where we analyze that information and decide how we want to respond to it. Wherever your leadership journey takes you, it probably won't be a straight line. Sometimes you might feel like you're growing by leaps and bounds. Other times you might feel like you're coasting or even taking a few steps backward. However, developing a toolkit and a roadmap, and getting in the habit of consulting them, makes it more likely that you'll get wherever you want to go.
Recall what it feels like to spend time in a well-designed building, a place with great architecture. That's how we like to think about the way leaders create a culture, interpersonal space, or context for their team, what we call people and place. Leaders have the power to create a place where people can thrive and do their best work. The people and place dimension describes a leader's ability to create an environment where people build a strong, cohesive group characterized by trust, commitment, and pride. Skills include creating and maintaining healthy relationships. People who excel at this are friendly and approachable. They share information openly and honestly and encourage others to do the same. They are consistent and authentic in their actions, and they give each member of the team individual consideration, expressing the importance of input from each individual and changing their approach to suit each person's needs and motivations. Like a wonderfully designed building, a team's context is useful for keeping the team safe. But it's more than just a means to an end. It's delightful. Whether it's cozy or quickens the pulse, it makes you feel happy to be part of it. And it's durable. It holds up in a storm and stays solid even when the architect, the leader, isn't around.
The pathways dimension is all about execution. People who excel at pathways get a kick out of getting things done. The key to the pathways dimension is creating structure, the frameworks used to help you and your team set performance expectations, prioritize goals, clarify roles, allocate resources, and track your progress. This includes predicting the obstacles and rolling with the surprises that come up along the way. It's not easy to turn vague ideas into tangible accomplishments, but it's a key element of leadership. When you and your team get it right, the rewards speak for themselves.
Setting long-term strategy is like working on a big, complicated jigsaw puzzle with a creative twist. As in the usual puzzle, you need to look at the individual pieces and see which ones fit together and what they might add up to. But that's not enough. You also have to decide which pieces belong on the table, which ones you need that you're missing, and which ones are never going to fit, all while the clock is ticking. People who are terrific at problem solving express a readiness to make decisions and explore ideas for implementation. They can distill the key issues, analyze information accurately, and keep a balanced perspective, not reflexively favoring one approach until they have a clear grasp of the big picture. They welcome new ideas and information from all these and arrive at logical, flexible, complete solutions. That's the exhilaration of strategic problem solving, and whether you are an ace or apprentice, there's always another piece you can add to the puzzle.
When was the last time you ran across someone who inspired you? Someone who seemed to really understand your situation. Their presence reminded you of what was really important, and you went away with a newfound sense of courage and commitment. Chances are, you might not describe that person as persuasive, and yet that inspiring quality is exactly what we mean when we talk about positive persuasion. So much of leadership is about getting people on board with your team's vision, not with quick talk and manipulation, but by listening to people and connecting with them in ways they experience as meaningful and motivating. There are plenty of techniques you can learn that will help. When you write and speak, is your message clear? Are your arguments logical, assertive, concise, convincing? Do you draw upon the full range of time-honored persuasion tactics? Positive persuasion is also your tone and the way you carry yourself. Is your tone candid yet tactful? Does your body language reinforce and add to your message? Can you express the positive emotions you feel and stay in control of the negative ones? Most importantly, positive persuasion is about listening. Do you invite people to contribute to the conversation and ask questions to make sure you understand what they mean? When you have the power of positive persuasion, you can use it to do the most good at work, to boost a coworker's confidence, to get the funding your initiative needs, or to advocate for those in your community who cannot do it for themselves.
So now you know about the 6P leadership framework that we use to base all of our assessments and developmental opportunities here at LeAD. This framework describes the way that leaders lead teams, organizations, and the way they advance their cause and their passion. We hope that this is useful for you in looking at these aspects of 6P leadership, and that it gives you a sense of one more P, possibilities for your own development.